Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We should be recording the screen. We're going to go ahead and cover breadboards today, and I'm going to use a software called Virtual Breadboard in the Microsoft stores. I've already downloaded it. This is what the software looks like. And again, store login failed. That's okay, don't worry about that. I already downloaded this, and it's a virtual breadboard where you can actually put real circuits on here and simulate them, see what they do before you actually put them on a real breadboard. So let's go ahead and do this and start with an open grid. And you can see we have toolbox, wires. We also have some other files we can use to store our projects. But let's go ahead and go to toolbox first. And the toolbox, you see that I have a new palette that opens up here inside the toolbox, where we have some components, avatars here. We have different types of breadboards. And as you can see, we have other components like LEDs and switches and so forth. But let's go ahead and start off with a breadboard for the sake of time. Let me go ahead and click on that, and if you see I clicked on breadboard, we have several different types of breadboards. I'm not going to go over what these are, but we're going to use this basic breadboard here at the very top. So just go ahead and click on that and bring it right here to the screen and click there, and you'll place the component there. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this just a little bit so you can kind of get a better idea of what these breadboards look like close up. Okay. And move this right here. Now, you can see that we have all these columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so forth. And on a regular breadboard, you'll see these numbers. So there'll be a number 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way you can keep track of which column you're on. And then they're also labeled by rows here. So this is row A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, H, I, J. And so this whole column right here is actually connected together. So A, B, C, D, and E are actually all connected together. As far as this right here, and here they're all separate. So this is separate from this. This is separate from this. So again, if I turned it around, I could probably call these the columns and these the individual rows. So I'm not going to do that right now because we just want to stick with one type of standard terminology. What you see here in the middle, and you'll see this in a real breadboard, is a break. So in other words, these sets of connections are separated from these sets of connections. They're not actually connected. If you were to look at an actual breadboard and tear it apart from the bottom, you'll see that you have these metal pin connectors that actually connect these 5 connectors together. And same thing here. These 5 are all connected together. It's like one piece of wire basically underneath. This is another piece of wire. Basically, it's just a clip. And they're all connected together. So if I put a piece of wire here and I connect another piece of wire here, it's basically like connecting those 2 wires together. They're junctions, basically, if you know what a junction box is. Okay, so now let's go to these other strips that are going in a different direction. You can see they're broken up by 5s. We got 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. You would think that there might be a break here, but there actually isn't. So this entire row is connected together. Right? And then this row is also connected to itself. So I got 2 separate rows here. So what do you think this would be useful for? So if we want to actually apply power to this breadboard and have a common place for power, I can actually put, let's say, the ground here. And that means everything all the way across is also grounded. And then I can put the positive voltage here. And that means anywhere I tap into this, it's going to give me that positive voltage. So I've created all of these nodes for positive and negative, voltage. Move that around, and that's what it looks like. Other than not having any numbers on this simulator, it's pretty accurate. It looks pretty good. Now this is just a single board. What you may find is you may have one that's just one of these, and you may have one that's actually double. So you may have a stack here and another stack there. And so they'll be just on a large plate, and I'll show you that when we actually look at the real breadboards. And sometimes you'll have 2 or you have 3 stacked together to give you more room to do more circuits. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there, and we are going to move to the part 2 of this video.